So what is up, bosses? It's your boy Boss Fatwod and welcome to We Are Broken. So I've been on this main menu for a couple minutes. It seems to have looped back now, but the music seems to get progressively more distorted. But I'm just gonna leave that for now. I made that assumption. Who are you? Nikos, Carl, or Ruby? Nikos seems like he's a guy that knows what he's freaking doing here, so let's go with him. Hello, wonderful woman that has an axe on her left ear and a sword on her right. How are you doing today? Hello, human meat. Off to a freaking amazing start. Shall we start? Whatever that says. Is that... okay, that's literally nothing there. No, I'm imprisoned. Oh, wait, no. Are you comfortable? And then these are the options we can... okay, choose. My name is Nikos. No longer Nikos as a person, and now you're just meat with a piece of information. Okay, fair enough. So right in the middle of broken and unbreakable at the moment. So I guess there's different choices that we can go with. However, the information is appreciated here. Perhaps the meat will be as well. Why is that freaking text moving? I am very worried already and we're a minute and a half in. The matter is the following. You will tell me where your friends hide. Under which rock those insects sleep. So I guess that's the other two people then that I didn't choose. I don't have too much patience, Nikos, so I'll cut to the chase. If you don't speak, you will cut me. Literally. One of the other two will. One of them may even resist and keep quiet, but one of you is going to break, so how about you do it? What if freaking none of us break? And what is that freaking weird thing that you've got on your neck? Okay, that's just a tattoo, I think. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully that's not a real freaking face that you got there. Before I start hurting you, it sounds great, doesn't it? Where is the resistance? Okay, the freaking resistance from Star Wars. This is a freaking Star Wars fan game, it seems like. The three of us are unbreakable. Is that going to move that? Oh, that's going to move it down. And that hurt her. You are snacks. Food is only useful to be devoured. But we don't want just this little snack. We want the entire feast. This is freaking cannibalism at its freaking finest right now. If you don't want to tell me now, fine. Let me tell you a story I heard somewhere around. There's a man and a woman, married, no children. They lived happily. Ruddy faces and full bellies. Okay, it is until it came the end of the world for them. She sacrificed herself for him to survive. I even heard that she tasted so good that it was like eating dessert. Every time she talks about food, the freaking text starts moving like that. But the man lived, although embittered and lonely. I don't know what frick that word means. Is this story familiar to do? To do? What? Is this story familiar to you? I don't know what you're talking about. We can say silent, you filthy vampire. That might make it go towards broken more. So let's just say I don't know what you're talking about. That goes back to the middle. So I guess we want it to stay in the middle then, possibly? Because that's where the, like the diamond shape is. You don't know. Should I bring my friend who devoured her pretty face here to tell you how it went? What? Should I bring my friend who devoured her pretty face? Oh, so the guy that ate her then. I don't think you want that, do you? Your wife. That was her... what was her name? Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll just call her Dessert. So your wife. Dessert. Perfect. Let herself be devoured for you to live, and now you're here trying to sacrifice yourself for a bunch of worms. Can't you see how this makes her death in vain? I promise you one thing, Nikos. If you tell me now where those rats are, I will change you into one of us myself, and we will go there and have dinner together. How does that sound? That's going to piss her off, so let's do this one. Her sacrifice was not in vain. Okay, that didn't move anything, so that's good, I guess. It wasn't. So you're telling me where your friends are? Then you can stay alive. Oh, I freaking... no, I shouldn't have done that. Well, more like living dead, but it's still better than dead. Am I right? Is your flesh and blood as tasty as your wife's, Nikos? I can't stop thinking about it. I wonder if there was something in your hideout who's a unique banquet. Aren't you curious? Not freaking really. I'm not curious how tasty my friends are, thank you very much. I'd rather stay in the legal side of freaking things. Have you ever thought about trying the meat of your brothers? I can help with that. That's kind of incest as well, bro, or sis, so I'm gonna stay away from that. You're nothing but carrion animals. Carrion? What? You can devour me right now. This is sick. You are monsters. I guess this one? That goes... I don't know what way I want it to go. I don't know whether I want it to go towards broken or unbreakable. But I guess annoying her goes to broken, and then going her way goes to unbreakable. So I'm just going to go to broken. I'm just going to do whatever will piss her off the most, really. Just to get it down to broken. Maybe it's 2 different endings, or 3 different endings. Maybe if you stay in the middle, that's another one. Damned humans, try to learn. We are the lions in the savannah, not the hyenas. I have to admit, I thought you would break more easily, that this conversation would be faster. Behind all this pain you hide an admirable strength, but won't the pain outgrow your strength? I'm not giving in. That freaking... what? Yes, you are. The pain is greater than everything and you are not able to bear it. When the time comes, you will beg me to kill you and end your suffering, and I am generous, Nikos. But only to those who are generous to me. Are you ready for such generosity? Barbara was the most generous person? With that... oh no, I didn't click on it. That just keeps it... okay, that just keeps it still. She must have been, to give up her own life to let scum like you survive. You know, Nikos, when you become a vampire, you get famished... oh, they're just vampires, okay. You get famished for a long time. No meat is enough to satisfy you. Why are they worried about meat then? They just need the blood, surely. There we go. No blood is sweet enough. A few days after my transformation, I was hunting with other vampires. We cornered a family in a small house in the suburbs. When we entered the house, starving like dogs, an old man ran towards us and kneeled, begging for mercy for his family. He had locked his wife and children in a bedroom in the back, hoping his own flesh was enough for our hunger. We devoured him right here. As soon as the screaming, the bone cracking, and flesh-tearing sounds gave room for silence, we saw the man's children leaving the bedroom, chaining us into vampires. The teenagers said, "Ha ha ha ha, it's the freaking funniest thing I've ever seen in my life." That's very sad. Check that out. The offspring of our prey were there, asking to become one of us. One of us. One of freaking us. Do you know what we did, Nikos? You killed them, I guess? You smart muffin. Again, with the freaking demonic laughter. We were so hungry and they seemed so freaking succulent, which is very weird to think. I didn't mean to click there, I apologise. He sacrificed himself for his children, and they didn't even care. His blood hadn't even run off my mouth. When they came asking for our power, the man's sacrifice was for nothing, just like your precious dessert. Sacrifices are not that worthy, Nikos, because life is not that worthy. I will honour her sacrifice. That means that she wins. Her name was Barbara. Yes, that's freaking correct. But we need to keep that now. Is that dust on my screen? I think that's just like little specks on her face that are actually in the game. Don't you raise your voice at me, you S-human. Dinner needs no name. Your story can be different from those children, Nikos. I'm offering you the chance to become powerful. As no human could ever be, if you join us, at least your wife's death will still have some meaning. But if you die here, all of it will have been in vain, and you will be nothing but meaningless bones. So I choose the bones? Maybe I'll never join... or maybe I'll never join monsters. Yes, we're freaking doing it now, boys. And girls, of course. I'm through with you, human meat. You can say whatever you want, but your heart says otherwise. You are not strong enough, Nikos. You've given up on the inside. You are broken. I can't click anymore. Is that the end? I'm sorry, Barbara, my love. So I guess we died. Possibly. That was the end. Game design, graphics, writing and programming. Yeah, okay, cool. Lovely. Well, that was one of the endings we can get. Of course, I mean, if you're freaking new to the channel here, then I'm 9.5 minutes in. This is probably a freaking 5th of the video right now. We're going to get all the freaking endings. And just to let you guys know, it is now 3 minutes to midnight, so I want to make this relatively quick because I need to get up early for college tomorrow, preferably about 6:30, so yeah, I want some sleep, so I'm going to skip through this and then we're going to get right back into the game, and this time I'm going to go the opposite way, so I'm going to get to unbreaking, because I think we just did breakable, yeah, We are broken. We just did the breakable route. I'm going to stick with Nico's for now, and now let's do the unbreakable route. Alright, here we go. Hello, human meat. Shall we start? Are you comfortable? Start what? So we need to be kind to her the whole time. Our conversation, of course. I heard stories about you, and I want to know everything you have to tell me. The matter is the following. You will tell me where your friends hide, under which rock they're blah blah blah. This is about the same. Too much patient, Nico, so I cut to the chase. If you don't speak out, the others will die. Okay, that's all the same. How about you do it? Before I start hurting you, it sounds great, doesn't it? Where is the resistance? Oh, I have to... Let's just say I'm not telling you. That's the nicest there. Of course you are, sweetie. That's freaking weird. I wonder if you're really sweet inside. Never mind. If you don't want to tell me now, fine. Let me tell you a story I heard somewhere around. There was a man and a woman, married, no children. They lived happily. Ruddy faces and full bellies until it came to the end of the world. For them, she sacrificed herself for him to survive. I even heard that she tastes so good. It was like eating a dessert. Again, the freaking text moves when she talks about food. This is all the same. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, that goes towards unbreakable. Cool. Why is she angry now? You don't know? Should I bring my friend who devoured her pretty face here to tell you how it went? This is the first time we've been over the bar to the unbreakable side. I don't think you want that, do you? Your wife, what was her name? It doesn't matter. I'll just call her Dessert. I nearly said freaking desert then. So, your wife, Desert. Let herself be devoured for you to live. And now you're here trying to sacrifice yourself for a bunch of worms. Okay, that's all the same. Gosh, she freaking talks a lot. I didn't realise how freaking... You talk so much. Her name was Barbara. Yes, that goes towards unbreakable. Exactly, it was. As far as I know, not even her bones were left. So tasty Dessert was. Is your flesh and blood as tasty as your wife's, Nico's? I can't stop thinking about it. I wonder if there was someone in your hideout who's a unique banquet. Aren't you curious? Have you ever thought about trying the meat of your brothers? Freaking no. I can help with that. You can devour me right now. Yes, perfect. It would be delicious, but the same way you have your leader, I also have mine. So this is the way that she's going to eat us then. The other way was... Or was it the other way that she ate us? This is why she's getting angry, because she can't eat us, maybe. And she wouldn't be happy if I did it before you tell us your secret. I have to admit, I thought you would have broken more easily. That this conversation would be faster. Behind all this pain, you hide an admirable strength. But won't the pain outgrow your strength? I don't feel pain anymore. That didn't freaking move it at all. You can't lie to me, Nikos. The truth is imprinted in your eyes. When the time comes, you will beg me to kill you and end your suffering. And I am generous, Nikos, but only to those who are generous to me. Are you ready for such generosity? My sacrifice is generous to my people. Frickin' perfect. No, it isn't. Letting them live is just prolonging their suffering. Of frickin' course it is. You people have lost, Nikos. And the more you insist you haven't, the more you suffer. Surrender to the darkness and accept your fate. You humans are now mere meat. You know, Nikos, when you become a vampire, you get famished for a long time, no meat is enough to satisfy you. I thought that would end now. It ended at that time. Wait, the full... Was it always like that? The full bar is now full of pink. That's weird. Okay, I didn't notice that before. We cornered the family in a small house in the suburbs. When we entered the house, starving like dogs, an old man ran towards us and kneeled, begging for mercy for his family. He had locked his wife and children in a bedroom in the back, hoping his own flesh was enough for our hunger. Jesus. We devoured him right there. As soon as the screaming, the bone-cracking and flesh-tearing sounds gave room for silence. Saw the man's children leaving the bedroom, changing us into vampires. The teenagers said, "Ha-ha, of course. Check that out. The offspring of our prey..." Okay. Do you know what we did, Nikos? Transform them into monsters? Okay, that doesn't move either. No, of course not. We were so hungry and they seemed so succulent. It was a banquet indeed. Oh, that's the same freaking thing that I did before. Oh no, I chose you killed them, didn't I? What matters here is the old man, you know. He sacrificed himself for his children and they didn't even care. His blood hadn't even run off my mouth. When they came asking for our power, the man's sacrifice was for nothing. Just like your precious dessert. Sacrifices are not worthy, Nikos, because life is not that worthy. I will honour her sacrifice. That's what I did last time. His children were fools, maybe. There was no way they could guess our hunger. The story can be different from those children, Nikos. I'm offering you the chance to become powerful. We're gonna freaking take it this time. As no human could ever be, if you join us, at least your wife's death will still have some meaning. But if you die here, all of it will have been in vain, and you will be nothing but meaningless bones. I want to sacrifice myself too. Are you sure about it, Nikos? There's nothing else I can do. If you're willing to make a sacrifice for the resistance, just like your wife sacrificed herself for you, I'll take it. You are unbreakable, Nikos. It will be a pleasure to kill you now. Frickin' do it! Come on then! I'm waiting! Kill me right here! I'm frickin' waiting in my room! Come on then! But seriously, just kill me in the game, not in real life. Like, if I frickin' see you tomorrow, or when I'm sleeping, then yeah, I'm calling the police, just to let you know. I didn't frickin' read that. That was very annoying. But there we go. That's 2 endings. So that's the ending where I go all the way to broken, and the ending where I go all the way to unbreakable. There is another one where I just stay in the middle for as long as possible, but I will do that if I can't do the other 2 people. I'm gonna choose the other 2 characters now, or I'm gonna choose one of the other 2 characters now, and see if it's the same. If it's the same, then I'm gonna go back and see how long I can stay in the middle for. If it's different, then I'll do that instead, and then if we have time, then I'll go again and do see how long I can stay in the middle. But if it's like the 3 guys, it's all different for the left, the right, and the middle, so that would be like 9 endings, and I've done 3 of them, so that's another 6 endings. Yeah, and although I've only been recording for 17 minutes, that's quite a freaking long video, so I'm going to choose Cole now, see if it's different. Oh, it's a different guy. Okay. May the night be a long one, my lad. Okay, this is completely different. Did you hear the darkness calling? Yeah, so that is... It's already, like, halfway through Unbreakable, actually. That's cool. Did you hear the darkness calling? What? The calling, my lad. The voice in the shadows that calls your name and cries out for freedom. I guess we're going to go to full Unbreakable first, because that's easiest to get. Oh, wait, did Unbreakable just go down 1? I think it did. My little Carl, I've been sent here to interrogate you about the impure human resistance. But as soon as I saw you, I knew you were different. You are like me, Carl. You are foreordained in your future. I see an acolyte of the darkness. I know what that word means. What did you say, my lad? Will you kneel before the darkness and allow it to embrace your heart? Well, that one's going to go toward broken. We want to go towards unbreakable first. So what are you talking about, maybe? About your purpose, my lad. You have the potential to become a reverend of the night, a minister of the purest being. To become one of us. One of us. I was told about your siblings. 7, isn't it? Jesus Christ. And you're the oldest child in the family with no parents. Are we playing this freaking Apu from The Simpsons? That's quintuplets, is that? Quinn, that's 9, isn't it? I can't freaking... I have no idea. I'm sorry for that, my lad. Growing up without someone to show you the right way is a nightmare. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here. Now everything is going to be fine. All you need to do is tell me where the resistance hides so we can save your siblings. Don't you want to save them? I can't... Why is there not a good option? I can't, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Towards Unbreakable. Of course you can, Carl. With you on our side, your siblings would be the most welcome to our cause. If you value the resistance more than the well-being of your family, you're not as loyal as you think. You're not the only one being interrogated at the moment, Carl. There are 2 other friends of yours being questioned, and we've already freaking done the first guy, which I can't remember the name of. Nikos, I think his name was. But less complacent vampires than me, or by less complacent vampires than me, that makes sense. One of them is going to talk, and when it happens, a massacre in the impure. I'm freaking talking, bro. You're nearly at Unbreakable already. Human hideout is going to be inevitable, so your siblings will cease to be blessed children and become open carcasses. Half devoured, unless you speak first, Carl. Help me purify your siblings in the faith of the darkness. Okay. They wouldn't want that. You're not touching my family. They wouldn't want that is better. Oh, no, that's bad. So you must behave like the oldest brother and decide what is best for them. Surely it's not death. I understand you don't like us because of the death of your parents. It may be hard to understand. Maybe in that case it would have been better to say nothing. But we all had parents once too. And mine are also gone. It's desperate to be alone. Without a hand to guide you through the darkness of the world, that's why darkness itself should be your guide. You don't need to hate vampires just because they killed your parents. They must understand it wasn't personal. We do what the darkness tells us to. You don't need to have the same fate of your parents, Carl. You don't need to let go of your siblings. The resistance will take... What? I thought he freaking wanted me to be in the resistance. The resistance can barely take care of itself. Soon it will fall and your siblings with it. I thought you wanted me to join the thing. Okay, well I guess we're going to Broken first then. Poor defenseless and succulent child. You're old enough to remember how things were before the first great night. You know humans are just as selfish and mean as the worst vampires. So I ask you, did you think through about what you're doing, Carl? To whom do you owe so much loyalty? To resistance or to your siblings? I can't betray the resistance. We'll get it more to Broken. It's not betrayal if they don't deserve your loyalty, my lad. You have to learn this lesson. Okay, you didn't say anything then. Did you hear that? The voice of darkness is calling you. Yes, I know you've heard it. I can see it in your eyes. Isn't it lovely? I remember the first time I heard it too. I remember the despair I felt when I realised that all my existence was useless and that all of us are just moving bags of flesh. Humans and vampires, that we have in common. Just flesh. But the voice of the darkness gave me a mission. I heard it calling, its request for blood. Its claymore for death. Listen. Listen to the voice of the darkness, my young acolyte of the night. Listen and tell me what it says. Ruin, I guess? It's an omen. You know what is going to happen, and the voice confirms your greatest fears. The ruin of the resistance is inevitable. Carl, my little Carl. Now, there's no way back. You want to separate yourself from the impure, from the humans and their insignificancies. From the selfishness, the hatred, the pride, the grief, the anguish, the fanaticism, the every single thing else in the freaking universe, and especially indifference. Oh, and the impotency, and the humiliation, and the dread, and the greed, and the freaking suffering. Literally everything in the universe. From all the bad feelings that humans cause to their own race. From all the evil they have done to thee. Come embrace the abyss. Freaking never, bro. Okay, good. Towards Broken again. Don't deny the abyss, kid, because someday you might need it, and the voice of the darkness is not as tolerant as I am. There we go, more towards Broken. You should take it before it slaughters you from the inside. Gaze at my vision, you and your siblings together again, a family reunited and bound together forever by the ties of the shadows. Together you devour what's left of the resistance. Together you end the last part of a society that doesn't deserve to exist. Together you feed on the meat of those that have mistreated you. You are greater than the humans could ever be. You are gods, pure beings that live only for the jubilation of seeing open carcasses. It's not going to freaking happen, bro. That didn't move it down at all. You can't be that sure. Maybe I'll kill you here, but still take your siblings as my pupils. Hell yes, I've freaking done it, I'm pretty sure. This is my last offer, Carl. You must decide between dying, abandoning your family, or embracing the abyss, and accepting your destiny to become a herald of the eternal night. You choose what is at stake. What do you choose? I live and die for the resistance. Wait, what? What a waste. The human putridity has infected you indeed. You couldn't handle it, Carl. It's fine. There's no problem. You did what you could for them, my lad. I thought that would do it. Your giving up will lead us to glory. Now tell me where the feast is going to be tonight. Oh, I think I did it still. Yes. Because it's Broken. I had no other choice. I hope there's forgiveness in the hell I'm entering now. Okay, good. So we stuck for the resistance. Okay, cool. Right, so that's 4 endings now. 3 endings. Wait, yes. Yeah, 3 endings now, because we went left and right on the first guy, left on the second guy, so we need to go right on the second guy, and I think then I'm going to leave this episode here. I'm potentially going to come back for a second episode on this game, because it seems like there's still a lot of different options that I can go to, so I'm going to do one more, which is try and get the second guy on the right. We start generally towards it, but it's very hard to keep that, so I guess I need to go against the resistance and go more towards what he tells me to do. I don't know what their names are, literally no idea. I know the people that we play as, I don't know the names of the actual people, so we need to go with Cole. And we need to do what this guy tells us. So stay away from the resistance. We don't care about the resistance at all. What? I'm calling, my lad. The voice in the shadows that calls your name and cries out for freedom. My little Carl, I've been sent here to interrogate you about the impure human resistance, but as soon as I saw you, I knew you were different. You are like me, Carl. You are... that frickin' word again. In your future, I see an acolyte of the darkness. What do you say, my lad? Will you kneel before the darkness and allow it to embrace your heart? I guess that one? That goes down again. What? Maybe I can convince you to accept your destiny when you understand what is at stake and what you will gain. I don't want... that's the wrong freaking way. When joining the Abyss... okay, joining the Abyss. Everything will be easier, but until then, I'll have to discipline you. I was told about your siblings. 7, isn't it? And you're the oldest child in the family with no parents. Yes, we are Apu, Hanasa, whatever his second name is. I'm sorry for that, my lad. Growing up without someone to show you the right way is a nightmare. That's why I'm here. Everything is going to be fine. All you need to do is tell me where the resistance hides so we can save your siblings. Do you want to save them? I can't. Yes, that goes to Unbreakable. Of course you can, Carl. With you on our side, your siblings would be the most welcome to... oh, of course, excuse me. If you value the resistance more than the well-being of your family, you're not as loyal as you think. You're the only one being interrogated at the moment, Carl. There are 2 other friends. Okay, I've read all of this before. I just need to make different choices, so then we've got different outcomes, and then we can also have different text, so then I'm not just skipping ahead through it. I put they wouldn't want to fight, and that went down. Don't say anything. Okay, maybe the problem is to go to the side of the vampires. Is that it? I understand you don't like us because of the death of your parents. It may be hard to understand. I don't remember this part. I think I read this, but I think I didn't. But we had parents once too, and mine are also gone. Okay, no, I've definitely haven't read this before. It's desperate to be alone. Without a hand to guide you through the darkness of the world, that's why the darkness itself should be your guide. You don't need to hate vampires just because they killed your parents. Okay, I've read this part before. You must understand it wasn't personal. We don't want darkness. We do what the darkness tells us to. You don't need to have the same fate as your parents, Carl. You don't need to let go of your siblings. I'm not abandoning anyone? Yes, brilliant. You have another option. Take them by the hand and bring them to the protection of the shadows. You're old enough to remember how things were before the first great night. So I ask you, do you think through about what you're doing, Carl? To whom do you owe so much loyalty to the resistance to your siblings? Siblings are everything to me. That didn't move it up at all. And they should be. This is why you can't abandon them. Do you hear that? The voice of darkness is calling you. Yes, I know you've heard it. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your strange smile. Isn't it lovely? I remember the first time I heard it too. I remember the despair I felt when I realised that all my existence was useless and that all of us are just moving bags of flesh. Humans and vampires, that we have in common, just flesh. But the voice in the darkness gave me a mission. I heard its calling, its request for blood, the clamour for death. Listen. Listen to the voice of the darkness, my young acolyte of the night. Listen and tell me what it says. Famine? I went ruin last time, and I'm pretty sure it went more towards broken. It is the famine that afflicts you. You should have told me sooner. The darkness wants you to try the flesh of the impure. I guess that's good, then? And drink the blood of their allies. Carl, my little Carl, then there's no way back. You want to separate yourself from the impure, from the humans, and their... okay, here we go. This is the last choice. And their insignificancies. From the selfishness, the hatred, the pride, the grief, the anguishness. Yes, we've done this already. Pretty sure I got that last one freaking wrong, but it doesn't matter. Yes, and the suffering. From all the evil they have done to thee, come embrace the abyss. Those sins are mine too. Yes, there we go. I understand, but there are no sins here. On this side, there is only pleasure. It's the purest existence a person could ever have. Free from the rotten feelings, the have corroded... Free from the rotten feelings, they have corroded mankind since forever. Or that probably would have been the correct option. Gaze on my vision, you and your siblings together again. A family reunited and bound together forever by the ties of the shadows. Together you devour what's left of the resistance. Together you end the last part of society that doesn't deserve to exist. Together you feed on the meat of those that have mistreated you. You are greater than the humans could ever be. You are gods, pure beings that live only for the jubilation of seeing open carcasses. Wait, what? Say nothing then, both of them are bad. Yes? You can also see it, can't you? You can feel the power within your reach. Within your halo reach. All you need to do is take it. This is my last novel, Carl. You must decide between, okay, abandoning your family or embracing the abyss. Embracing the freaking abyss. Here we come. Sounds amazing. I'll take the shadows. Wait, what? Bless the voice in the darkness. Everything is going to be different from now on, Carl. You'll be a god of chaos. Did I do it? All of it's empty now. You couldn't handle it, Carl. Did I not freaking handle it? Is there another ending that I've got? It's fine. There's no problem. You did what you could for them, my lad. Your giving up will lead us to glory. Now tell me where the feast is going to be tonight. There's 3 endings then. I got none of the above. So I still didn't get Unbreakable, so I'm still going to have to do that one again. I had no other choice. I hope those forgiveness in the hell I'm entering. Now that's the same thing I got last time, but it's still different because I didn't piss him off. So yeah, that ends the first episode of We Are Broken. I'm only going to do one more. I need to do that one again. I need to do that guy again to get full right, and then I need to do the third guy, and then whatever else. I'm going to look up, hopefully there's a video of all the endings just to see if I've got all of them, but this is a really cool game. I really like this. I'm pretty sure the first person was saying that they wanted Nikos to join the Resistance, and then the second guy said don't join the Resistance, so maybe there's some controversy going between them 3 characters. I don't know what the third character wants us to do. Maybe the third character wants us to join the Resistance, not join the Resistance. I have no idea, but we've done Nikos, I'm pretty sure. We've done 2 out of 3 of Carl. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 of Nikos, 2 out of 3 of Carl, and then we need to do whatever Ruby has to offer. So, as I said, that's going to end the first of potentially 2 episodes of We Are Broken. Really freaking cool game. As usual, there'll be a link in the description if you want to check out the game for yourself. But for now, hopefully you've enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe for our brand new Speedboy Boss Fatwod. Thanks for watching, and of course, as always, peace.